can tell you a lot about you even if I don't know you. That is, if you're in sales. I want to introduce to you something called the salesperson's bell curve. And if you're in sales, you have fallen prey to this. And if you tell me you haven't, you're lying. The salesperson's bell curve keeps potentially magnificent and very wealthy salespeople from becoming that way, and it works as follows. When you're in sales, you start here. You gain knowledge, you get training, you start to get experience, you start to close deals, you start to gain confidence, and you end up becoming highly effective. You're closing deals, you're standing on your own 2 feet, you're getting your first few paychecks with some commas and zeros in them, and you're kicking ass. And now what happens? All the fundamental training and role playing and listening that you were doing to your mentors and the experienced ones starts to fade a little. Because why? Because you're a good salesperson now. Because you're starting to get your own results because you know how to sell. And then as you continue to know how to sell, you start to lose your humility. You're not training, you're not role playing, you're not doing all the things you were once doing. And then your sales start to suffer. And now that you're down here, you start blaming the lead, you start blaming other people, you start blaming the routes, you start blaming the product, everybody but yourself. And then you end up here, where most salespeople sit, and that's about 10 to 15% above where they started when they were brand new. The salesperson's bell curve is real. How do you stay away from it? You role play. You train in perpetuity forever until you hang up your sales hat. You listen more than you speak, both to your mentors, your coaches, your managers, to experienced sales professionals like yourself, and most importantly, you listen more than you speak when you're talking to your customer. And finally, you maintain humility. Humility and being humble is the #1 trait of the wealthiest people I've met in my entire life, namely salespeople. Once you think you figured it all out is when you stop moving forward, you stay back here while the rest of the world keeps going. If you're in sales, stay away from the salesperson's bell curve. My name's Luke, this is Paid to Persuade. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you like me, please give me a follow. And if you disagree, not sure how you could, but feel free to let me know in the comments. Happy selling.